to the kangaroo talk and training session that we do at Rockhampton Zoo. So as you can see, I'm here with the mob that we have of 8 eastern grey kangaroos. Now these guys can be found up the whole eastern coast of Australia, and you can see them locally around the Rockhampton region as well. So I'll start with telling you a little bit about the mob that we have here, and then I'll show you some of the training that we do with these roos. So as I said before, we've got 8 kangaroos, 4 males and 4 females. We do have some younger ones that were born at the zoo, like Adele here. So Adele has her mum and her dad still currently at the zoo. That's Sasha at the end there, who is our oldest kangaroo, coming up to about 14 now. And her dad is Elton at the end here, and he is our alpha male. So other than that Joey, we also have Bowie here, who's coming up to about 4 now as well. So he was one of the 4 Joeys that were born recently at the zoo. So I'll show you some of the training techniques that we do. Adele here is very keen to have a go. So the training that we have here is quite extensive with the kangaroos, and that's due to trying to improve our general husbandry and daily care of them, but also mainly it's for healthcare and medical practices that we try and do here at the zoo. So we started off with trying to do some tactile training. So for example with Adele, she's able to eat her cooked sweet potato, but I am going to touch her. And what I wanted her to get used to is if she was sore or injured or anything like that, that I could have a good examination of her. This one here is Bowie, who's having a go now. So I can look inside his ears, I can check his eyes as well to see, make sure there's no injuries, check his arms as well and his toes. So that was one of the first types of training that we started doing here at the zoo. Just so that we had able to visually see the kangaroos and touch them. One of the major ones that we have started doing with them was a syringe training. So if the kangaroos got sick and they needed to see the vet, what we wanted to do was be able to hand inject them ourselves instead of the vet coming and needing to, say, dart them or anything like that. We wanted to have no stress to the kangaroo. So how I trained this technique, which I'll do it again with Bowie, is I just have a syringe, no needle or anything on it. Again, he can eat his sweet potato. Thank you, Rose. And then I'm just going to practice what I would do if there was drugs on the end. So when it does happen, the time comes if Bowie needed to be knocked out and have an anaesthetic through the vet, I would be able to just walk in here and give him the drugs, and he wouldn't even know that it had happened to him. So while I'm doing that, I always again continue with the tactile training of them. So they're always used to me being around and touching them, so if we needed to examine them, it'd be pretty easy to do. Another type of training that we do is target training. Keen, Elton, give it a go. So you could do this, say, with your dog at home. It's pretty simple. It's just a broom handle, and it's just got a tennis ball on the end. So what they do is if the kangaroo touches it, they're going to get a reward for that. Reuben, touch. Good. And the word good there is called a bridge. So basically it's told him that what he did was correct and that the reward is coming of the cooked sweet potato. Reuben, touch. Good. You're not that into that. Let's try it with Bowie. Bowie, touch. Good. Yes, we did. Bowie, touch. Good. So then moving on from the target training, it means that I could stretch Bowie up and have a look underneath his belly. So again, making sure that he's all okay underneath there and we get a good view of the kangaroo all the time. And we also use this technique to weigh them. So that's really important for healthcare, is making sure that we do weigh the kangaroos regularly. It does help us establish if one was sick, it may lose weight over time, and we would pick up on that. Another thing is if enjoy their training a little bit too much and have a bit too much sweet potato, we'll know if they put on weight, good, and we can alter their diet that way. So it's really, really important for their health care. So another part of it with the target training is getting them to move. So Bowie would need to, or Adele would need to touch this target stick, and that means then I can start moving them around, moving them onto scales. Again, if I needed to move them closer so the vet could come and have a look at them. Adele, touch. Good. I could bring them over to the fence for the vet. So other types of training that we do here is one for oral medication as well. So again, we're just doing all that we can to be less stressed to the kangaroos, increasing any type of the medical that they need would be nice and easy for them. Thanks guys for listening today to the Kangaroo Talk and seeing some of the training that we're doing here. If you have any questions about what you've seen or general questions about the kangaroos, please do comment below and we'll get back to you with the answers. Thank you.